Well, hello everyone, Dave here. It is Tuesday. Good grief, I think it's the 26th. I don't even know. We're still here in Florida. We're heading into Georgia. It is 8 o'clock at night. This is a vantage point that I don't think you've seen before, where it's more in the evening than during the day. We're heading to a hotel in Valdosta, Georgia, and it's been a full day. We were at Clay's sister's house in Gainesville. We spent the day in St. Augustine. At least a good part of the day. It was fun, had some great food. Learned a lot. I guess it's the oldest city in America. Saw some really old stuff. Found out Ponce de Leon, without his hat and without his boots on, is about 4 foot 9 inches tall. He was a short little guy. But it was really neat to see that. I mean, you don't see this kind of thing very often, so I have some friends that go there a lot or been there a lot and they enjoy it, but that'll probably be the only time I go there. I'd like to explore new things. As I said, our day and a half or so in Florida, really, that's about what it is, day and a half. It's going to be coming to an end shortly, as we enter into Georgia. Not quite there yet. I'm not even sure when we're going to be there. And then it will be on to Huntsville, Alabama tomorrow. And I can see the rockets. So the roads this evening have been pretty good once we got out of Gainesville. And the roads have been like this most of the time, so it's been nice. Of course, we weren't immune from the rain. We did get a little bit of rain on us after we left his sister's house, which I thought was just comical. And then it looked like we were going to be riding right into a thunderstorm, and we ended up going right around it. We got spit on a little bit, and it wasn't too bad, so I enjoyed that part of it, that we missed it. I made the call. I'm looking at the GPS going, this road looks like it's going to turn away from that storm, and I rolled the dice and lucked out. Could have very easily have gotten hammered on. So no rain gear, it's just the standard riding gear. So this is kind of reminiscent of that road by the tea plantation. Doesn't quite look the same. I don't know if these are those angel oaks that they were talking about, but yeah, it kind of looks like that a little bit. So we've got about 38 minutes before we get to the hotel. I'll keep you with me for a little while just to have a nice view of the sun going down in Florida and the sun going down in Georgia. So again, I'm not sure when we're going to cross the line. So let me see if I can figure that out. Cancel. So it looks like it's going to be a while before we actually get to the state line. So that's okay. We'll just keep going down this road. This is US 221. We're heading northwest. I'll say northwest in Florida. 8:06 at night, it's 87 degrees. Humidity is probably about the same. Interesting smells, fragrances, odors, whatever you want to call them. Not talking about dead animals. I'm talking about, you know, the just the trees, the vegetation, the whatever else is out there. Just the combination. Don't really smell it a lot, but it's interesting. Very fresh in a way. Cancel. Really would like to know that combination of words that makes the Senna talk, because I can say hey Senna and it doesn't come on. So there's some kind of combination that it hears in the microphone that thinks I'm talking to it, and I'm certainly not. I'm talking to you folks. Or is it that I'm talking to myself? Probably both. Another beautiful evening. So now we're going into Jefferson County. This is probably the last county before we get to Georgia. I'm going to hazard a guess on that. We'll find out. And these roads are freshly paved. They look really good. I'm not sure what that stuff is that hangs off the tree limbs. It is really neat looking. I doubt that we're going to see any palm trees along this road. Did see a number of them earlier today, but it doesn't mean that Florida has palm trees everywhere. I'm sure the lighting is going to get weird because the sun is in different positions and going down. There's certainly no Lake Erie here in order to see the sunset over the lake. So this trip I've been seeing a lot of historical things, and that's pretty nice. Seeing things I've never seen before. And hopefully that will be the same once we get to Huntsville. I want to do a little research tonight and find out what kind of hours and all of that. And then we'll head to Kentucky to Mammoth Cave, where I've never been. I can remember as a kid with my family, parents, brother, sister, all heading down to Florida, pulling a trailer behind the station wagon. Seeing all of these signs that would pop up. See Mammoth Cave. See Mammoth Cave. The wonder of the world. See Mammoth Cave. Well, I've never seen Mammoth Cave, but I will this week. So that's actually going to be pretty cool. So this is again US 221. I see that it's Florida State 55. They're the same. I think it's scenic. I really do. And we should get to the hotel while there's still light. Or or at least a little bit. It's not going to be pitch black, let's put it that way. Looks like a lot of farms out here. One thing I did not get to see is an orange grove. So I'm a little disappointed there. And as I say that, is that an orange grove? I'm going to check with Clay. So off to the right here, that wouldn't happen to be an orange grove, would it?
No.
Is it just trees?
Yeah, it's like conifers.
Oh, okay. Oh, it is a tree farm. Okay. I guess that's what it is. I wasn't sure from the distance, so I never did get to see an orange grove on this run, but that's okay. Oh, for crying out loud. I guess I don't know the difference. Lovely. Okay. Well, I guess I saw an orange grove then. All right. That's really embarrassing because I seem to be missing a lot of stuff. And maybe a lot of it has to do with the fact that I'm paying attention to what I'm doing here and not necessarily sightseeing. Although his sister did the driving from Gainesville to St. Augustine. That wasn't on the bike, which I'm really glad because the traffic was nuts and she's used to that driving and I'm not. So, as we move along down the road, it appears that we are very close to crossing the border into Georgia. So Florida, it's been fun. I appreciate it. It's been enjoyable in the last 24 hours. A little more than that. But time to start heading home. And as I say that, welcome to the state of Georgia again. So now we're on Georgia 76 as well as US 221. And the speed limit's 55, so I want to back it down a little bit. It was 60 in Florida. Lights on when raining. Don't have a choice. My lights are on anyway. And I just realized that this entire time I've had this on, I've had the windshield all the way up. So you're looking through my windshield, which is really dirty. So let's do this. See if that helps a little bit and get a clearer view of things. That's an interesting tree there. Not even going to guess what it is because it might be an orange tree for all I know. I'm kidding, I know it isn't. But I seem to have missed everything. I'm hoping the video may have caught some of it. On one of the days I've been doing the GoPro. So this is one of those roads in one of these recordings that I'm hoping you enjoy the scenery as opposed to me talking. So I'm going to take a few minutes here and not talk and just let you enjoy southern Georgia. hope you enjoyed that road. I'm going to keep you with me until we get to the hotel. You can see a little bit about how Clay and I are riding this thing. We've gotten pretty good at predicting what each other is going to do. I don't know what the name of this village, city, burg is. There should be some kind of a sign coming up somewhere. Valdosta is where we're going. Okay, City Hall. Quitman City Hall. "17 minutes. That's a southern thing, that whole light flashing, the yellow arrow flashing like that. Proceed with caution. I kind of like it. I don't know if it's something Ohio can adopt, but I kind of like it. I've gotten used to it. Oh, bumpy. Really? You pick now to pull out? Kind of funny, that guy pulled out. I was going to get next to him, look right at him with the camera and draw a smile. Idiot. That realtor looks a little like Janet Jackson from a distance. One thing noticed down here, we've been looking at the dealerships because we know back home there's not a lot of inventory. Some of the dealerships out here have some inventory. I mean, the bigger ones like Rick Hendrick, he's got inventory. Even some of the small ones we've been going by have more inventory than the old Nassif, whatever they call it now, Victory. The one we just went by on the right had more inventory than Victory Honda. So not sure what's up with that. Look at those clouds. That's amazing. That looks really cool, especially with the sun. So you enjoy the view of the clouds and the sun there, or I guess the sunlight on those clouds, and I'm going to go down the road here and steer. vehicle in the middle like that. And you see that they're not making the turn. You wonder what they are. Looks like it's abandoned, broke down, whatever. Out of gas. Tell you what, there's a lot of kids with trucks down here. I don't know how they can afford the gas the way they drive them around. I think I've mentioned several times that I'm happily getting reacquainted with Sirius XM. It's probably just a thing for this trip. I do like my playlist, which I do need to adjust because I added a compilation album that I want to put on with it. Basically Rush, Scorpions, AC/DC, Boston, and I have a new compilation with Meatloaf that I haven't really added and hadn't listened to yet, but I will at some point. And then I have an oldies compilation with Frankie Valli, Huey Lewis. I wouldn't really call him oldies. I guess some people do, but he's not hard rock. Sorry, Huey. Then I've got Paul McCartney, some of his greatest hits. And Clay picks on me because I've got the Bee Gees' greatest hits. I'm sorry, I grew up with that music. There's still a fondness for some of it. I know full well it's not headbanging. .45 and a 65 does not sound like a really, really good idea. Beautiful evening. Great way to end the day. Trying to figure out, we'll talk about it when we get to the hotel. We may go get a bite to eat. We've been staying at Hampton Inns the whole time, with the exception of one time I pulled a trigger on a Holiday Inn Express because it was a little cheaper, and I regret doing that. I won't do that again. So it's Hampton Inns from here on out. We know what we get. The beds are comfortable. We get a breakfast in the morning. They usually will let us park the motorcycles under the overhang at the entrance. So I'm good with that. So when we get to the hotel, I'd like to do a quick walk around and just how trashed the motorcycles are. I mean, it still looks a little bit shiny, but you can see water spots on the bike. The windshield is just trashed. We clean it every chance that we get. Down by the engine in the front, by the front wheel, is just muddy and cruddy and ugh. And the back of the bike where the tail lights are has a whole lot of dirt buildup and splatter from the rear wheel. Not quite sure how that does that, but it does. But I do want to publicly say that the ultimate seat now has a lot of miles on it, and I love the seat. It is fantastic. So all those people in the Goldwing Facebook groups that said, you only rode 30 miles, put a few more on it and let us know what you think. Okay, does 3,500 miles qualify? Sheesh. So at the end of Tuesday, we're going to be over 2,200 miles. And since I don't have the tally with the other GPS, I'm going to say we're around 1,300, 1,350 left to go. It's a very comfortable 84 degrees at 8:36 p.m. It's hard to believe I'm saying that 84 degrees is comfortable, but after the last few days, 84 is comfortable. It feels wonderful. So tally, we're at 50.9 miles per gallon on the trip. We have reduced miles per gallon because we've been on roads doing 65, 70 miles an hour. And once you start getting 65, 70 miles an hour, the miles per gallon starts to go down. 60 to 65 is ideal for getting optimum miles per gallon on the engine. So as I said, I'll keep you with me until the hotel. And it's been a pleasure having you ride along. Keep your hands and arms on the motorcycle until we've come to a complete stop. The guy running the trolley at St. Augustine was a hoot. He was really funny, he was comical, he was making corny jokes, very knowledgeable. Was watching him do his narration all while doing his job extremely well at maneuvering the trolley, making sure that we got out into the street properly, that he wasn't going to hit anything, people weren't in danger. Just a phenomenal job, and people take that for granted. We are almost there. We're 6 minutes away from the hotel. I can't believe that in all of this that a Hampton Inn is going to pop up in the middle of nowhere, but it will. The sun on those clouds, that's just amazing. It looks wonderful. Mustang. I knew that guy was going to do that. Now just go. Don't screw around and go. Thank you. I moved forward, and I'll tell you why, and everyone is going to chuckle, but I got a slight cramp in my buttocks after I just raved about the seat. I was just in the position too long. And we've been on the bike an hour and 45 minutes. So yeah, Bubba Jack's Crab Shack. That might be a dinner destination if they're open. Sonny's Barbecue. I've had my fill of Mexican. I'm not going to tell Clay that. So, we have taken back roads and we've met up with Interstate 75 again. Pretty interesting. We'll have to see if that Crab Shack is open.
What?
We'll have to see if that Crab Shack is open.
Waffle House is there.
No Waffle House. And it's on the left. Really? Yep. I think they were off a little bit there. 800 feet in my butt. Alright, that's better. Maybe that was the turn in. You would turn in here, wouldn't you? Oh, you dummy. This is not going to get in there. okay. Okie doke. Who'd have thunk? Yep, en route. Thank you all very much. Hampton Inn and Suites by Hilton. And look, our parking place is available. How nice. We'll see if they'll let us keep it. Alrighty. So, let me walk around the bike here real quick. You can see just how trashed it is. You can really see it here with the little streaks and everything, and it's all mucky looking and nothing. I'm putting it on the camera. It's mucky. So it'll get a good bath when we get home. Alright, we're going to check in, call it a night.